TARDIS keys. 3 pieces of the TARDIS, all with low-level perception properties, because the TARDIS is designed to blend in. Well, sort of. But now, the Archangel network's got a second low-level signal. Well, the key to the network, and Arthur, look at me. You can see me, yes?
Yep.
What about now?
Oh, yeah. It's like, I know you're there, but I don't want to know.
And back again. See? Just shift your perception a tiny little bit. Doesn't make us invisible, just unnoticed. Oh, I know what it's like. It's like when you fancy someone and they don't even know you exist. That's what it's like. Come on!
You too, huh?
How many passes does the team in white make?
Go!
The answer is 13. But did you see the moonwalking bear?
俺はエミヤシロ。
エミヤシロ？
エミヤシロ。
エミヤシロ？
エミヤシロ。
エミヤシロ？
言いにくけりゃシロでいいよ。
At any one moment, we are being bombarded by sensory information. Our brains do a remarkable job of making sense of it all. It seems easy enough to separate the sounds we hear from the sights we see. But there is one illusion that reveals this isn't always the case.
Ba, ba, ba.
Have a look at this. What do you hear?
Ba, ba, ba. Ba, ba, ba.
But look what happens when we change the picture.
Ba, ba, ba. Ba, ba, ba. Ba.
And yet, the sound hasn't changed. In every clip, you are only ever hearing ba with a B.
Ba, ba. The effect works no matter how much you know about the effect. I've been studying the McGurk effect for 25 years now, and I've been the face in the stimuli. I've seen stimuli thousands of times, but the effect still works on me. I can't help it. The speech brain just takes in that information and doesn't care about what outside knowledge you bring to bear. When the brain has the conflicting information, it tries to make sense of that conflict. And depending on what type of modality is providing more, salient information, that information might override or at least combine with the other information.
In a healthy brain, a complex symphony of signals flows from the eyes to a region called the visual cortex. But if the visual cortex gets damaged, usually as a result of a stroke, the signals can no longer be picked up. A stroke normally affects only one side of the cortex, leaving the patient blind in one eye. A computer shows images of happy, sad, or angry faces to one side only. Electrodes on the patient's face pick up any twitches of his muscles, detecting if he reacts to the emotions on display.
Glasses.
Senior research fellow Jochen Braun designed these blindside experiments.
So let me show you the image one eye will see first. Okay, that's what it looks like. You have a background of squiggles all aligned.
Yes.
And there's this little area where the squiggles,
they're different.
They point at a right angle. Yeah. So I'll be asking you, where is this area, this different area?
It sounds easy, but during the experiment, the only thing I'm conscious of is a uniform pattern. Even though my left eye sees this, and my right eye sees this, my brain superimposes them. The theory is that some part of my brain will still know how to find the target, even though I'm not aware of it.
Now, the reason we do this is that the primary visual cortex, the first level of the brain which receives information from the eyes, receives information from left and right eye separately. So at this level, the brain can still figure out where the figure is.
Because it hasn't been superimposed.
It hasn't been superimposed, but at the next level in the brain, it's superimposed. So at that level, the brain is blind to where this figure is.
The glasses make sure that each of my eyes will see independently. Okay, here we go. I feel a bit foolish. I can't see any variation in the pattern. It seems impossible to find the target.
When we designed this experiment, we didn't know what would happen. And then the student who did the experiment came back and said, this is very strange. I'm rather good at finding the square, but I don't see it. So then it dawned upon us that this information which does make it to the brain, at least to the first level, you can still use it, but you're not aware of it.
Or a glass of beer. Here's another way of looking at the two kinds of vision, conscious and unconscious. No matter how you view this glass of beer, you know it's a glass of beer. But to pick it up and move it around, a separate visual system kicks in.
In some sense, we have within us a kind of robot that allows us to interact with the world that is controlled to some degree by our conscious visual experience. So our conscious visual experience marks this as a goal object, and then we bring to bear a robot that allows us to reach out and pick this up. Different computational demands.
So in a sense, that's unconscious vision.
It's unconscious vision, and it can, in some real sense, never be conscious. It's quite inaccessible to conscious report.